Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's Diamond Dave Damone. I'm Mason Quinn. Guys, tonight we are checking out The Walking Dead, Dead City. We're on episode 2. This one's called Who's There? So part of me thinks that sounds like something Negan would say. But either way, this has been a show that has grabbed me right from the start. I'm super into it. A few questions here and there, but overall, I can't wait to get through this one.
I am just hoping for another strong episode, so let's do this. Let's go!
See, the subtitles calls them walkers, not groaners. Oh, there's 1-1 flashback there, huh?
Yep. Good call.
She's got my bag. All our stuff.
I did see somewhere that it's probably more like a 5-6 year time jump.
Okay.
Which would make sense considering how old Herschel looked.
Yeah.
Just give us the bag. Just a ball of fun hanging out with you, ain't it?
Oh, they've been a lot of them falling.
Dropping.
Yeah.
Eyes up, Maggie. Before you toss your cookies.
Was she afraid of heights?
Yeah, I was wondering, does Maggie have a fear of heights? We've never really seen her in this situation, I guess. It's an interesting spin.
That is interesting because remember in season 3, her and Glenn stayed in the tower. I know it's different from a ladder to a tower situation,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
when you're still standing on that platform on a tower looking out, that... Just saying.
Or maybe she's just having regrets working with Negan, or she's conflicted about it, you know.
I don't know. See that little look back there?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, look okay, so we're getting introduced to her group here, aren't we? Oh, boy.
She's going to have a real problem with that.
Well, they teased she's afraid of heights.
Yep. And all you're doing is just hanging on to some janky old gym bar.
That's 100% she's scared of heights,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, she's going to get caught in the middle.
Yep, because there was no juice.
No, I think
No,
she's going to make it.
No,
She's short. Oh, that would suck so... Wow, that sucks.
Come on,
I'm
man.
not crazy about heights either.
I got it.
She doesn't want his help.
Yeah. Oh, dude, my palms are sweating. What an
wow,
opener.
what an interesting start. Okay.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, right? If you wanted to get in between all these buildings that are really close, you wouldn't want to go down to the street level with the walkers.
No, right. I'm just
So
kind of...
that's pretty cool.
My question is like, when did she become fearful of heights?
Well, I think there's like going up in basically a deer stand, type tower, and then there's climbing some janky ladder or hanging between buildings just by your grip,
And I'm not complaining. I'm just curious at where, this happened. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. Look at this shot. Wait, is that the old terminus?
God, that kind of looks like it, doesn't it? But it can't be. Okay, that's
is
where
Hill-
Maggie was from, or was...
Hilltop 2.0 here?
Yeah.
This is Ginny, just Ginny. She's come to us from Oceanside, and she's going to be joining our class from now on. Now, we're very privileged to have her, and I expect y'all to give her a big welcome. Okay, now, who can identify which of these plants are edible?
I'm so glad they were showing that with the kids because we saw them in schools before, but never saw what they were learning.
Right.
No.
It's all right. Take that. Think she wants to trade. Pigeon?
We need to go.
Hey, excuse me. Can you take us there? That building? Right there. Where the smoke is.
אפשר. אפשר.
Pretty sure that translates into hell freaking no. Look, the way I see it, you can either double back or we can see how Pigeon Lady here plays out. But we go back, all that's waiting for us is a swarm of walkers and a marshal's bullet.
Yalla.
Come on.
All right. I was kind of wondering where he snuck off to. He didn't go
Yeah.
far.
He needs to grab what he can and get out of this laundromat.
There's his boy.
Oh, yep.
The other one.
I really want to see some smart walkers in this show. I really do.
What's this now?
That's that address he was looking at before.
We'll probably get him in the last episode if there's any in this.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Group.
No, you ever said that? You ever said that? No, 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 no. You ever seriously? You ever said that? You ever said that? No, no, no.
What do they have, like nail guns or drills?
That's nail guns.
Nail guns, yeah.
Fence, but you're the one that's kind of freaking out now.
I'm freaking out.
I am guessing they are not with the Croat.
You think? You don't know us. We don't know you. I don't think this crazy pigeon lady, no offense, is going to bring us all this way to get our asses smoked.
Friendly?
I think it's more like, what are you after? Because it's pretty obvious you dickheads ain't from around here.
We were heading up north to a settlement in Canada. The boat washed us ashore in a storm. We're just here till we can get supplies and get on our way again.
Ooh, Maggie.
Bullshit.
No, no, no. Locha.
You ever said that? No.
Why didn't she just tell the truth?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my son back from a guy you probably don't care for much.
On searching this?
Well, he is a big dude, and so far all big dudes have been toast.
Yeah, they don't last
So
long.
yeah, I
in
don't
this
even expect him to
universe.
last this episode.
You're kidding, right?
Ha. Ha.
It's hard to be in new places with people you don't know. But these people just might be like family to you someday. You should eat something.
Oh, does this mean flashback?
You missed weapons training again. It's the third time this month that you skipped it. I can't keep telling you how important it is to be ready for anything.
Ready at all times.
It's not a joke. People could come at you with anything.
And I guess I'd be dead.
Glad they're playing him as 100% kid. Mm-hmm. If this was the Fear Writers,
He'd be taking out a whole horde by himself already.
Sucks.
who was that though?
You know, thought they would show it a little bit more. I was hoping it'd be somebody from the Invincible series. Guys, drop a comment if you caught it, or
Oh,
maybe they'll
okay,
show
here we
us.
go. Come on, show it. Show it. Tease.
They had guns, if you don't recall, guns or whatever the hell those things were. Either way, we fight back and we end up with holes in our skulls.
Or theirs.
I am pretty sure that we are here because you spun some yarn about Canada and a shipwreck that reeked of bullshit, Maggie.
Should I have told them the truth?
Yeah, we give a little, they give a little. That's how it works. Right or wrong, they had their reasons. By the way, it makes them useful. Manpower.
That's what I thought you were here for. Been pretty tight-lipped about the Croat.
Right around the time that the world turned into shit soup, the Croat showed up at my door, so to speak. So I took him in. Soon he was calling me his brother, Baraz. I really thought I was helping him.
It takes a monster to make one, I guess.
You see, I was only a monster when I absolutely had to be. When I had to put on a show to protect my people.
Minus a few doctors. of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, doctors.
When a threat needed to be handled, it was a skill set that I found very useful. One of our first skirmishes with the kingdom before your time. It seemed to me she was a drifter. So I gave a direct order. Let her walk. The Croat, he saw it differently. Thought that she had beans to spill. And he was right. She was a scout. That's what she copped to before,
He's getting emotional.
she was just a kid.
That's why.
After that, I knew that he was a rabid dog that needed to be put down. I missed. Blew off his ear. The rest of them got away.
So it wasn't the iron.
Yep, that explains it.
So he's gonna want to kill you.
He sure is. I do know how he operates, Maggie.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I mean, Negan had his rules back in the day that he would stick to. So it makes
Yeah, let's
sense.
not forget in the comic, some may not know this, but in the comic, they made it very clear, no kids, no women.
Yep.
They don't get touched. Mm-hmm. Some know that, some don't know that.
And we saw how Negan handled it with the iron when people didn't respect his rules.
Or, as you all saw, just randomly throws doctors in a fire.
We don't need them.
Nah. So yeah, it's jacked dudes, horses, and doctors that do not do well on this show.
Do not last.
If I'm forgetting one, please list it.
You know, it wasn't just the old classic kick the door in.
Little alarm system there.
Mm-hmm. Pretty gross.
Oh. Somebody is probably rotten in there right now. Brothers?
Must be. Missing.
You know what I'm thinking?
He's turned.
He was going to turn. He's probably somewhere in there.
Oh, you think he opted out?
Yep.
Yep.
Right there it was. No eyes. God, he must have been there for a while.
Looks like he had a wife, judging by that picture in the background by the TV.
All of them except one.
Better than nothing, I guess.
Yep.
Let's see, it's spray painted symbol on the wall there.
Oh, damn.
Squirrel in a trap.
They led the Barazzi straight to us. I say we cold their asses right now.
Whoa. Whoever these Barazzi are, we aren't with them. And if this is a number situation...
Like we're gonna trust this asshole?
No!
You are going to trust this asshole because I have been sharpening this pigeon bone all afternoon. And now I want to gouge your jugular out right this second.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah. I wonder if Negan's going to tell him the truth about why they're there. Well, maybe later.
Oh, boy. Oh.
Ooh. Oh!
Nice.
Oh! That's what they do.
Take the helmet off. Let's see who it
Let's
is.
see who it is. Oh!
Or smash his larynx.
Yeah.
Whoa. What are you doing? All right, there's nowhere to go.
We're going to lose Pigeon Lady? Oh, they showed the neck.
Well, that'll work.
We lost the Pigeon Lady. Well.
Yeah.
Damn, we lost Pigeon Lady. She was nice.
I got this. Go.
He's going to let him turn to dust with the rest of the walkers.
Well, I think he's going to get some answers out of them first.
Well, yeah.
Oh, look at those streets. What a cool shot. See, little stuff like that to let you know what kind of setting they're in makes such a big difference.
Negan? Did you see... Oh, he's got this
He's got
smile.
that look. He's got that look.
Knock, knock.
Neckbeard.
I said, knock, knock. Easy there, neckbeard. Holy shit, are you kidding me? Seriously? You have a neckbeard and a rat tail? I mean, I get it. The world went to hell and you stopped giving a shit. But my dude, there is a line. Knock, knock. Who's there? Butter. Butter who? Well, you better get out your umbrellas because it is about to goddamn rain.
Oh! Holy shit! Oh, man!
Wow! Negan!
Oh!
You got no guts.
It's like he had guts after all.
I've never been so wrong in all my life.
If I see even one mole hair on one of your ugly ass
He's a
faces,
monster when he
it won't
has to be.
Just a rainstorm. It'll be a goddamn hurricane.
Right on rat tail of the neckbeard.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to see that, Maggie. It's almost like he's playing a character when he does that. You know, like it's not really him.
He's 100% knowing, I think he knows Maggie's plan is to turn him in, which is my prediction, but he's playing to it.
Yeah.
Just something to watch for, folks. If you're not thinking that, I'll just put that in universe and see what happens. Oh, they're gonna hear this. I do like this zip lining.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what is that from?
Oh, from the helmet? Because remember they had...
Oh, yeah, maybe the helmet or putting his head through the glass, maybe.
Yeah, can we get him a bandage? We don't need him getting infected.
No, get some alcohol on that or something.
And I'm really surprised Maggie's not speaking up for as bad as she needs him so she can do the turnover.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to fess up. Now that she's going to say something, isn't she?
Thanks for your help.
Yeah.
We'd return the favor, but there's no supplies here for your trip.
We need help with Herschel.
Mm.
You get on the island,
Can't
you don't get off. Those Barazzi back there, the psycho they work for, he makes sure of that.
You mean the Croat?
Here comes the truth.
Yep.
He's the real reason we're here. He has my son.
That we could help you with, if you're looking to die.
They got saw blades on their helmets, it looks like.
I don't want to use a knife, Quinn. I need a helmet with a blade.
With a tinted visor so I can see really well at night. Just saying.
The Morton cow pork.
See that Marshall star?
Safe now.
Huh.
Let me guess, that's it?
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Outstanding is what I got to say about episode 2 of Dead City, folks. So much to go over here. The big thing that I wanted to start with here that I really enjoyed was the New York accent of some of the actors that they had there. Now, I'm not going to get into how good it was or how bad it was. You folks who maybe live in that area can let me know. But what I liked was that it reminded me of one of my favorite episodes, Nebraska, where Rick is in the bar with the two guys who have the New York accent, and Rick handles business the way Rick does. So I just thought there's a ton of flashbacks in here, and I don't know if it was because of the scene with the walkers getting their fingers through the door, if that got me thinking about it. But when the marshal found who we think is his brother, that reminded me of another flashback when Rick found the barn in the first season, and the farmer and his wife, they decided to opt out, and they were sitting in the chairs kind of that same way with the stuff on the walls. And then there was
First episode,
yeah. And then there was the bicycle right next to him, so I immediately thought of the bicycle girl from the first episode. So it was just, that kind of got me thinking in that mindset, and then that's kind of what I was seeing throughout the episode. So that was just a really fun kind of callback, and I like how it all worked in. But this episode was really, really good. Another thing that I liked was they had the marshal in the laundromat, and he sees the one rifle in front of him, and then he sees his guy walking around turned as a walker with another rifle on his back. But something that got me thinking, because when we watched The Last of Us, was that you're not going to necessarily take on a horde of walkers by yourself, or a horde of bad dudes by yourself, single-handedly. So I like how they kind of played more into like stealth being more important than, just arming up like Stallone or Schwarzenegger and going head first into battle. I like that, and I think The Last of Us showed that, and maybe they took some cues from that, but that was really cool. The idea of Negan being a monster when he has to be, I really, really like that. And that whole scene where we got to see the old Negan a little bit doing his knock-knock joke. And it was like he just flipped the switch and became that guy one more time. But when he turned around and saw Maggie, you could tell that it was just an act. Like, that's not who he was anymore. Or at least when we saw him doing it, we thought that's who he was. And, we saw a little bit, like when Eugene was at the sanctuary, we saw a little bit different side of Negan. But in this episode, it was definitely a switch that he just turns on when he has to use it as a weapon or a shield or some kind of defense to get these guys to lay off. So that was incredible. That whole scene where the guy's insides are all over the place, and Negan pitches him over, and the guy's got a rat tail and a neck beard. The comedy that they put in here was excellent. And I know we give the writers of The Walking Dead a hard time sometimes. Not on this one. I don't have really hardly any complaints. Maybe a few nitpicks about Maggie having her fear of heights, which we never really saw before in 10, 11 seasons, whatever it was with her. But other than that, guys, huge shout out to the writers, all the actors, casting crew on this one. I loved it. I know I went long. Sorry, Diamond Dave.
Oh no, you're good, man. Yeah, I gotta say another strong episode. We're 2 in, 4 to go now. I mean, I can only imagine the stakes are probably going to start getting a little bit higher now, because we're starting to see what I consider this so far a slow burn, because we've only seen Negan and Maggie get so far, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we picked up pretty much from where we left off the previous episodes. There wasn't like any massive time. Not that there would be a time jump, because I know when you say time jump, it's like, oh, they jumped a couple years. But you know how episodes move forward for days just to kind of get the story moving along and progressing. We still picked up technically from the spot that we left off at, which I thought was pretty cool. We got to see, unfortunately, Pigeon Lady go. I didn't think that. I thought for sure maybe when he had her, there was going to be some kind of save somehow, some way with the one of the nail guns.
Yeah, or I thought maybe she had something she could, whatever. With.
Right, because the cameras, if you go back and look and you missed it, the cameras showed the dude's neck. Mm-hmm. Like they showed this shot.
I'm giving it to you.
Yeah, I thought Maggie was going to do something, or Pigeon Lady had another pigeon bone, because Negan was highlighting that, right? Yeah. No, Pigeon Lady's gone. I didn't expect that, so rest in peace, Pigeon Lady. Also, we got pretty much our groups established now, right? We got Babylon, which the Marshal's from, which, at first I wasn't sure if the Marshal was somewhat slightly connected with the Korat, but clearly he's not, because he got taken there at the end. Yep. So then we got the Barazzis, Korat's peeps, and then we got Negan and Maggie with the new group. So we got all of our pieces in play now. Now it's just to see how that story's going to go, which so far they've been doing a really solid job of really no filler, which is fantastic. No bottle episodes, because we don't need that.
Don't have time.
So I'm hoping that's not going to happen. Just keep the characters that you've established with us and just keep pushing forward. So I'm digging it. To Negan putting on a show, absolutely. He was always putting on a show back then. And obviously they just confirm it here a little bit more. But remember Negan's standalone episode?
Yeah, well, here's Negan.
Here's Negan.
He was a different guy.
Yeah, he's putting on a show, but that's him. That's him. I mean, if you agree, disagree, totally fine. Or I should say, if you disagree, that's totally fine. But at least for me, because entertainment is subjective, folks, let's just remember that. At least for me, that is Negan. It's just, when does he want to turn the volume up to 10 to prove a point? Which here got to do it, which we, they teased us with some old school Negan, which was great. I thought the whole guts thing was more of a shout out to season 7 there, which you got no guts. So it was great. Again, another strong episode. I think that's all I got for now, but it was cool to see the tiny little flashback of Herschel and Maggie. Mm-hmm. Herschel being a kid, at that age, there's going to be some difficulties. So it was great to see that they weren't showing, he's yes mom, no mom. He's going through some stuff too.
Yeah, he almost kind of had a little bit of Beth in him there, where I felt he was almost portraying early Beth, where she kind of had the whole "what's the point" when she was at the farm. And maybe that's kind of the line that Herschel's thinking is well, what's the point? Something bad's going to happen to me anyway. I would like to know if you guys caught who he was drawing there. My theory is that it's somebody from Invincible, and maybe that's just because it's fresh in my mind. But, Dave, I think you made a really good point about there not being any filler, there not being any fat on these episodes, because when you're doing a short run like they are with this, it's only 6 episodes, the callbacks to different things happen have to happen immediately because we saw Negan in the bathroom. He's kind of scratching against the wall. Maybe we weren't quite sure what he was doing.
He was doing there?
He was doing the pigeon bone.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. He was doing the pigeon bone. So sorry, and I should have let you finish.
Yeah. But the point I was getting to was that they're doing all these little setups and then they're revealing them within the episode. When Maggie had the look back down the elevator shaft of like, oh boy, I don't know how I feel about this. And then she gets caught on the zip line coming through. It's like everything they're doing, there's a payoff for it right away. And I really like that about this. And man, I just hope it continues.
Real quick, and then we'll finish here. The location of Hilltop. Now, that is Hilltop 2.0, but I'm pretty sure for I'm talking like in reality here of practicality. I'm pretty sure that is the old terminus. And if it's not the old terminus, it's the old sanctuary. Again, this is speaking in terms of location where they're shooting for, not like they went there physically to portray that in the show. I know they're not in the area.
Oh, they just had something they had to use, you're saying.
So like practicality, they're in Manhattan. Maggie already established that, hey, we need to find a new spot.
Yep.
So that's clearly in the story, not terminus, not sanctuary, but I'm speaking in practicality terms of physically taking
filming location in
where
the
they're
real
still
world.
In Georgia, right? A little bit, some pieces, but I think they were actually shooting in Manhattan for some of this. So I could really be wrong on this. I just with the stack and everything looked like it. So
yeah, and the way that they have filmed everything and the shots they've done, just the small stuff they gave us, that overhead shot showing how all the streets were blocked with cars except for a few. I mean, man, it only takes a second to show us something like that, and it tells us so much. I wish they would have shown how the Croat was getting his fuel. That was revealed to us by the writer of the show, that they indeed do have some type of fuel that works.
And he created it.
That he created because he's a scientist. Maybe he makes some blue stuff with Walter White. Who knows? But in any case, it's little stuff like that that makes a big difference to me anyway for explaining the show.
Yeah, I'm ready, and I wish all 6 were here right now because I'm ready for episode 3. So got a week to wait.
Yep. Well, guys, for Diamond Dave Damone, I'm Mason Quinn. This has been Walking Dead Dead City. We are Bad Medicine, and we'll see you on the next one.